Hi guys, I'm back. I've just been to go see Toy Story 3. I must say it is remarkably good. I recommend, if you haven't seen it already, but you probably have, but if you haven't, definitely go watch it. Especially if you've seen the other two, because I've like grown up with them, watching Toy Story. I was about 5 when I watched the first one. I was about how old was I 11 years ago? No, wait. I don't know actually know when the second one came out, but I watched it when I was a kid, and now I'm a 14-year-old teenager. I've watched this one. It's really interesting to see how they progress. I almost cried when they went into the burning thing. I was just like, oh my god. I was on the verge of tears, and it was so sad. But they were saved, so it was quite nice. So, yeah, I definitely recommend go check that out. And I've got another thing to show you. Uh, say. I've got a couple of other things to say. One of them is very trivial, and that would be the fact that I'm starving and I have been reduced to eating salt and vinegar crisps. Salt and vinegar crisps. And I hate salt and vinegar crisps. I only like really salted because salt and vinegar, if I've got like cracks on my lips or like on my hands because I've got eczema on my hands, it really kills. Just like, ugh. You double over and it's just, But actually, I finished the whole packet before I actually did the whole YouTube video, so I must be really desperate. Anyway, I've got another thing to rant about, and that would be the fact that I keep hearing this term used for this generation, and that is the Facebook generation. And I get really annoyed whenever anybody says that because, yes, I mean, I have Facebook, I'm pretty sure you have Facebook, and it's more, and the problem is I hate with this attachment to our generation, which is the Facebook generation, is the fact that the media brings across Facebook to be something really dangerous and dark and scary, and by attaching that to our generation, it doesn't really do much for our image, does it? I mean, I don't. I really should do something. I'm going to do some research. I really should do, but I will. I will from now. Do some research about perhaps what the other generations were called. Ask my parents maybe if their generation had a name. I don't know where this whole naming generation things come from anyway. But if they did, I'm going to ask them what theirs is and see if it's any better than ours. It just annoys me because I constantly hear every day, like, oh, we've got a generation that will die before its parents. You're not supposed to tell us that. I mean, I know it might be the truth. I hope it's not. I really do hope to God it's actually not the truth. But still, that is such a depressing thing to tell a young person that you are going to die before your parents. I mean, to be fair, I don't like the media much unless they have something good to report on, or perhaps if it's the general election and I'm interested as to who will be the next person running the country, in which case it's really my duty to take an interest. But other than that, if they're just depressing, it really is. I don't know what you think about this. If you've heard this term used before, whether or not you've heard any other terms for our generation, I guess, but it's up to you if you've heard any. And yeah, but it just really annoys me. I heard it this morning, and I'm just thinking, you know what? We're supposed to be building a better world, and by labelling us as that generation, labelling us as that generation, you're not doing much for our self-esteem. I mean, I'm going to say something really good, yeah, but for like some good news to balance out my rant about this whole thing is that that's very wrong. Have Facebook, but this year we've got probably the highest level of marks in our A levels, and that is really good. And I bet they have Facebook. I bet they have Facebook. Most young people, and they're like young adults and stuff, have Facebook. So I just think, yeah, do it for us, the young people, the next people. We have done really well. I mean, it's not me personally, but I'm a young person, so I'm going to congratulate them. If you've done your A levels and you got a good grade, well done. And if you are also someone who's done their A levels but you haven't quite got the grade you hoped, don't worry, you did really well. I'm sure you did. But also, I would, although I'm not really the best person to say, but I've got me myself personally, I've got a very optimistic outlook. Is don't worry, okay? Because it's not the end of life. You can always choose something else you really enjoy, and perhaps you might find out that university wasn't for you in the first place, but you hadn't really realised it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope I didn't bore you too much. I keep saying that, but I really am quite aware of the fact that I don't have the most interesting topics as of yet, but I'm working on it. So, okay, I'm gonna go now and talk to some people, have a social life. Okay, bye!